happy right now. Can't wait to tell you about it. Hey you, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for tuning in for this video. This is a live update right after I just left the doctor. I am down 30 pounds in 3 months, and I want to tell you all about it and how my doctor visit went and why I'm just beyond happy to report that she is thrilled with my progress. So if you follow my channel, my name is Angela. Thanks for being here. You can follow me across all social media platforms at Angela CruiseTube. Here on my YouTube, I upload every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Frequently, I do pop-up videos throughout the week, like this one. Today's Friday. I've been doing a lot of recipe videos lately, but today's video is a very joyful one on my part because this is an update to tell you what my doctor said and just give you some recommendations that you might want to consider for yourself if you are also on a weight loss journey, or if you also suffer from binge eating disorder like I do, and if you do bright line eating like I also do, with a variety, because I do a variation of bright line eating. I do more of almost like a maintenance kind of version of it, because I add food. I advocate for that. I talk about it all the time here on my channel. Today's video, I'm going to focus on just the feedback that my doctor gave. A little bit of background for you. If you didn't watch my video a few months ago, or actually a few weeks ago, whenever I was talking about how I got on a prescription appetite suppressant, and what sparked this was I just had health issues. So I'm going to back the timeline up a lot. So for probably 15 years, I have suffered from off and on hair loss, like severe hair loss. In fact, as a blogger slash influencer, that's kind of something that I'm known for. People literally message me. In fact, I had an old coworker message me this week saying, hey, I'm having hair loss. What can I do? And I know all the tips and tricks. I'm actually a rep for Monate. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's one of those like hair growth systems. You know, we have a skincare line. I just was so into the product because it really helped my husband and me a lot with our hair loss, helping us regrow the hair after we lost it, that I was like, I have to be a rep because I'm like seeing dramatic results from this. So let me do it. Right. But the problem was internal, and I would tell this to anybody, even if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'm going to message Angela because I'm having hair loss, or my son's having hair loss, or family member, whatever. You can message me. And the first thing I would ask you is, have you thought about the internal reasons? Because, you know, for me, I had iron deficiency. So once I started iron supplements, like just from Amazon, that dramatically helped with the clumps of hair falling out. But I've had like off and on hair loss for like 15 years. So I knew something was wrong, but I think I never just knew what was wrong. Right. So fast forward to this year, and I don't know what hit me one day. I know what it was. I read the Resume book, and I've talked about this in other videos. I read the Resume book by Dr. Susan Pierce Thompson, the founder of Bright Line Eating. Reading that book is the reason why I said, let me give Bright Line Eating another try, because I had sworn off of it. I was like, I'm done with you, Bright Line Eating. It makes my binge eating disorder so much worse. Can't take it. Not a good program. Don't do it. But then I read the book, Resume, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it again, because she had a little section in there that talked about it's okay to add food to the weight loss plan. And I wish she promoted that more. I wish Bright Line Eating promoted it more. I wish that they made it more of a more visible option for people, especially who are new to Bright Line Eating, especially if they come with a history of binge eating disorder, or if there's someone like me that's active. Like, I'm very active. I work out frequently throughout the week, and my workouts are intense. Hey, Frankie, it's my pleasure to be open and sharing. I tell the truth, man. I tell you exactly what I'm going through, the good and the bad and the ugly, because if I don't share with you, then you can't learn. And I don't want people to struggle like I have for all these years. That's why I get really activated to be like, here's what worked for me. And it was very specific for me. And, you know, something that worked for me may not necessarily apply to you, but it might. Maybe it'll spark something in you. Like, maybe I need to go get my endocrine specialist, appointment going on. So long story short, because I'm getting a little rambly, but suffice it to say that off and on 15 years hair loss, reading Resume, there was a section of the book that she talked about getting her very nuanced hormone levels checked. And she was like, her reverse T3 and her regular T4 hormone levels were like backwards. Like, one was really high, one was really low. And that had flown under the radar for years, and it gave her starvation brain. So I said, maybe I have starvation brain. Maybe that's why I have binge eating disorder. Do I have starvation brain? Like, what's going on? So that day, I set an appointment at the local endocrine specialist here. I live in West Palm Beach, Florida. It's in South Florida. It's about an hour 15 north of Miami. And I went to Palm Beach Diabetes and Endocrine Specialist. My husband goes to them because my husband has type 1 diabetes, the kind you're born with, not type 2. And so he has to be very careful about his diabetic journey. And he recommended them. He is a happy customer. So I said, let me go to that one. you know, they got several offices, whatever. So I picked one. So I went to this appointment and I laid out all my cards on the table. I was like, off and on hair loss for 15 years and binge eating disorder. Can you help me? And so the doctor's like, we're going to run a full blood work panel. And I love this doctor. She is phenomenal. And if you live in South Florida and you're looking for an endocrine doctor, let me tell you about my doctor. Message me or email me. My email address, my contact information, all of my blog, everything you need to find me is in the description box below. But I love her. Like, I just love everything about her. I love her intelligence, her passion, her enthusiasm, her willingness to listen to me and be like, we're going to get to the bottom of this. So I felt hope. Like, I almost cried after my first appointment with her when she was like, we're going to figure it out. We're going to fix it. And I was like, I love you. Oh, I'm so happy. So what she did was ran a full panel of blood work, and she ran all my thyroid, my T4, T3, all those nuances. Ran them all, and the only thing that came back not good was my testosterone level. She was like, as a woman, you want to be about like 40, and your level was 94 or 95. And I was like, oh, my bad. So she put me on a pill that reduced my testosterone. 3 months later, fast forward to today, my testosterone is completely normal. It was like 29. She's like, good job, good job. And I was like, I didn't do anything. I just took the pill. I just took the pill. I didn't, you know. She also said testosterone could be affected by weight loss. So the fact that I've lost significant amount of weight, she was like, that also could impact it. And she told me too, she's going to give me another 4 months on this pill. And then she's like, we're going to test you again. And then she's like, we're probably going to take you off that pill. So, about the hair loss, that was that. And she was like, she couldn't, you know, she's not an OBGYN doctor. She's an endocrine specialist, but you know, that's like the hormones and stuff. But she was like, you probably have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And so when I Googled it, I was like, oh my God, I do. I think I do. You know, I can't self-diagnose. I'm also not a doctor. I'm like not a medical professional at all. But when I read the symptoms, I'm like, I have all this. Infertility. Like, I have a 4-year-old son and I'm 41, but like I was married for like 8-9 years before we got pregnant. Like, that's infertility. It didn't freak me out. I'm not judging this. I don't want it to sound judgy. There's a lot of women that get very upset by infertility. For me, it was not upsetting. I was very, I don't want to say nonchalant, but I was very like, I'm a Christian. So my thing was like, for me, I felt like if God wants me to get pregnant, he will make it happen. And that's my belief. I am not judging women who do IVF or do any other method. I support you so much, like 100%. For me personally, my decision was I will only have a baby if God makes it happen. Like, I even hate to say the word naturally, because doing IVF and other things, those are all natural as well. I support them, whatever. Okay, I digress. So getting back to the polycystic ovarian syndrome, I fit all the criteria, and losing weight can help you with your fertility. So when I had lost like probably 20-30 pounds on Weight Watchers, probably 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that's when I got pregnant. Back to today. I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place with the story. Back to today, when I met with the doctor, she, you know, she saw my numbers, so I was down more than 20 pounds. Like, we talked about it, because my highest weight was 203. Like, okay, my highest weight ever, if you're new to my channel, my highest weight ever was 210. I'm 5'2". And then I had gotten down to 150 on my first version of Bright Light Eating, where I followed the weight loss plan only. I struggled with that. Go see my old videos. Go look like a year and a half ago. Go watch those videos. I was doing really great on Bright Light Eating, but then at the end I started struggling. And then I finally did a video that's like, I can't do this program anymore. And I can no longer support this program. It's not good. Caused me a lot of problems. Causes problems for other people. So I'm backing up. I'm done. Then fast forward to now, I got up to 203. So I had lost 60 pounds. I gained back 53. And listen, this is not surprising for me. I have binge eating disorder. Like, this ish happens to me. Like, of course you gained back 53 pounds of the 60 you had lost, Angela. You have binge eating disorder. Like, you got a problem. I've had this problem for a long time. I've had binge eating since probably I was age 23, so almost 20 years. So, for my binge eating, when I talked to this doctor, she was like, oh, we're going to put you on a pill. And I told her I had taken Tenuate before. The word is in the description box, Tenuate, Tenuate, because I've had a lot of people message me about it. I did a video, I think last weekend, talking about Tenuate. So go watch that video for more information and just why I started and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into it now because I did that video. So it's just like 1 or 2 videos ago. Go scroll down my YouTube channel. You'll hear me talk way more about Tenuate. And I show you the pill, blah, blah, blah. And I tell you about my doses and why I have to, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is in that video. So I talked to her about Tenuate. She prescribed me on it. I talked with her about it. Oh, there's a blue jay. There's a blue jay. Look. Oh, you see it? You see it right there. It's right there. You see it right there. There it is. Oh, Aw, the Blue Jay's like, hey y'all, Angela's losing weight. I'm so happy for her. That is special. That is so, so special. I'm sorry I had to digress. People watching like, okay, it's a bird, but I'm like, it's a blue jay. It's blue. It's really pretty. I know my video doesn't show it, but it's like bright blue and it's super pretty. Okay, back to the weight loss. Sorry, live YouTube instead of Facebook. So I was telling her about my Tenuate and how great it was, and I brought up the concern that I have. I was like, how long can I take Tenuate? Like, is this something I can only take for a year and then I'm gonna gain back 53 pounds? You know, like, of course I'm concerned about that because I have an issue. And she was like, you can take Tenuate for a very long time. She was like, you can take Tenuate for like 10 years, you know? So we had this talk about it, and she was like, if you have cholesterol issues, or if you have ADHD, or if you have depression and anxiety, or, you know, whatever, you take a pill. She's like, you take a prescription pill. That's what medicine is for. And she's like, these people take these pills forever. She's like, you need to think of it like that. You need to think long term. So that got me really happy because I was very concerned. I was like, I don't want to take this pill that's like my magic pill and then I stop taking it and I boom, get back big again. Because with someone like me with binge eating disorder, it will happen. So I'm very happy that she was like confirming that I will be okay to keep this pill in my life. Then she also, like, I did ask her, like I said, is there, you know, today I weigh 173, down from 203, and 30 pounds, woo! And then I was like, is there a number on the scale I should aim for? What do you think? And she was like, I'm going to stop you right there. She's like, we need to celebrate what you just did and all of that weight that you just lost. And she was like, if you come back in 4 months, because I'm going back in 4 months in January, she's like, if you come back in 4 months and you haven't lost 1 more pound, she's like, I'm going to be happy as long as you haven't gained a pound back. She was like, that's where my mental health or my mental state is. She's like, that's what I'm thinking of. So she also started going on this soapbox. She's like, you got me triggered. And she was like, people forget that weight loss and your health is not like a one size fits all. And it's not like I put in $5, therefore I'm going to withdraw $5. Like, she's like, it's not like that. Losing weight is this huge biological, hormonal, like it's this whole thing. There's your metabolic rate, there's your ratio of muscle, there's your body fat percentage, there's the hormones that go, the leptin and the ghrelin and whatever. And she was like, people forget that weight loss is not linear. She's like, and she drew a graph. She was like, it's not like this on the scale. It's like this, like a stair step. And then she was like, your body plateaus. That's natural. And she's also pointed out, she's like, when you lose this much weight, because she was like 20, 30 pounds is significant for anybody at any age or height or whatever. But she was like, you know, when you're 41, because I'm 41, she's also 41, which is probably why I like her so much. I just think she's dynamic. She's like, when you're 41, that's on the younger end of your life, even though to me, I'm like, young is 20. 41 don't feel young to me, but okay, if you say so. But she was like, if you're short, which I am, you know, this is a significant percentage of weight for your body. And so she's like, your body is in freak out worried mode. Your body thinks that your survival is threatened by weight loss. So your body needs to plateau and calm itself. And I was like, I like your perspective. Also, I wanted to talk about this. This is probably the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video. I have a friend. She's one of my Bright Line Eating friends here locally. Shout out to Theo. Love you, babe. She is someone that I've recently given a speech to about weight loss and the biology of weight loss. And actually, it wasn't Theo. I think I gave the speech to somebody else. Oh, it was my friend Ashley. Shout out to you, Ashley, if you watch this video. So Ashley lives in Arkansas, and she and I are Marco Polo Bright Line Eating buddies. And so she was asking me, you know, like, because I had said the comment of the last 10 pounds are the hardest to lose, no matter what your starting point is, whether you start at 500 pounds or if you start at 200 or even just 150, try to lose 20 pounds. The last 10 are the hardest. And I had told her, have I told you why? And she was like, no, explain it to me. So I gave her this really detailed scientific explanation about how when you get down to the last 10 pounds, that is the hardest, and your body wants to protect it the hardest from losing those 10 pounds because it is afraid of the famine. It is afraid of the biological things that could potentially happen if you lose weight and food is suddenly not readily available. And also it's a, oh my gosh, what is the word? There's a word that personal trainers use. It's like, as you lose, like it becomes an equation of like your basal metabolic rate and how many calories you eat. And I'm losing my words. I can't remember the exact scientific words. But what it means is What it translates to is if you only have 10 pounds to lose, you have to be the strictest on your plan to get those pounds off. Someone my weight that still has a significant amount of weight to lose, yay go me, I've lost 30, but I still have like 40 or 50 to lose. It's still easy for me to lose, even if I fudge my bright lines. If I eat like popcorn at night, which I have been prone to do, or if I eat an extra protein at dinner, or, you know, right now I'm eating an extra protein in the morning, an extra protein at lunch, and an extra fat at dinner, like I can still lose because my basal metabolic rate is high. The number of calories that I need, my caloric daily intake and my caloric daily expenditure are so on a high level because I have a lot of weight. I weigh a lot. I can get away with eating more calories versus somebody slim like Ashley. Ashley's very slim. She only has like 10, 20 pounds to lose. She has to eat fewer calories in order to lose weight because she doesn't weigh as much as I do. And there's a scientific explanation. I feel like I'm not doing a good job explaining it, but suffice it to say that the less weight you have to lose, the harder it's going to be for you and the more strict you have to be on your lines. And so my bright light eating friend Theo was saying how she was inspired by Dr. Susan's most recent 2 videos. That's like, you know, weight loss by exception and weight loss tinkering, something like that. So those 2 she watched and got very inspired and was like, I need to be really tight with my lines. I need to keep my lines squeaky clean and shiny and go back to basics and really make it work. So I was like, you go, girl. I'll be honest, I don't have to do that because I still weigh a lot. Okay, 173 at 5'2", that ain't skinny. Okay, your girl still ain't thin. So I still got a ways to go, so I can eat a little bit more and still be on the scale. Like, I am a fast loser and I do great. Anyway, plus I'm active. Like, I'm about to go work out at the gym. This is a long video. I didn't realize it would be so long, but I love y'all so much. And thank you all for your moral support. I do ask a favor that you give this video a thumbs up and drop me a comment that's at least 4 words. And the reason is because YouTube as an algorithm will promote this video more. Hey, Lacey, love you. Thank you for always commenting. Again, you commenting helps, you know, YouTube boost it up. Basically, the YouTube algorithm is set up to reward the videos that have engagement. The fact that there are 7 of you who've watched this 17-minute live the whole way through tells YouTube people are interested in this topic. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You help me with my channel, but you also help other people who struggle, because the whole purpose of my channel is to help people who may not have the answers that I have already found. I do the legwork, I do the research, I read the books, I watch the videos, I go to the doctors, I talk to the personal trainers. Like, I'm all in this world and I'm interested in it, and I'm kind of like a researcher at heart because I'm a former journalist. Like, I'm a former TV news anchor and reporter. So for almost a decade, I was doing stories every day. So like, for me, this is my own story that I'm like investigative journalism doing, you know, like researching. And so I share so freely with y'all, and I share my experiences in the hope that it inspires you and helps you. I had many people who, one lady in particular, I'm not going to say her name because she didn't give me permission. I didn't ask her. But she told me she started getting on Tenuate because of me. She is one of my Beachbody On Demand clients. In fact, she's my first one. And Beachbody On Demand, I've made a video about it. It was basically, if you scroll back, the video is like exercise to lose weight faster. That's what I think the thumbnail says. And it's basically like about me talking about Beachbody On Demand, the app. I am a Beachbody On Demand coach, meaning like if you sign up, I think it's like $99 a year for this app, which I swear by, and I use it like 3 or 4 times a week. I work out at home with it. So good, so good. Don't have enough good things to say about it. But if you pay that $99, I get a commission. I don't know how much it is. I think it's like $25. I don't know. But thank you for your 25 bucks or whatever it is. So anyway, she was my first client, you know, and basically she just signed up under me, and I was like, hey, what program do you want to know about? We talked about it, and we were done. But anyway, so she messaged me and was like, tell me about your pill. I want to hear about it. And I had done the video, and I said, go watch the video and I'll tell you more if you have questions. And she got on it, and it made me happy. And she was like, my doctor, you know, her doctor recommended it and said, let's do this. So she said, she came back to me after 2 days of taking it and was like, I feel so great. And I was like, I'm so happy. I feel great too. I'm happy. So anyway, really long video. Thanks for sticking with me. I love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Let me close this out. Bye.